understand how to make progress towards gender equality, we need to start with one simple question. Where are we now? This is what we asked in the North-West Region of Romania as part of the debuting project. And what we found out was both encouraging and challenging. Across Europe, women still do most of the care work as they are identified with the role of mothers, while men are perceived as the main income providers. So naturally, female employment rates across European countries are much lower for women with children. In Romania, there are over 35% of unemployed women due to their household responsibilities, while men still dominate leadership roles. But here is the good news. The North-West region stands out. It is the best performing region in Romania on the Female Achievement Index. And according to the PGEM index, people here show more gender equal attitudes, especially in the cities, while rural areas tend to lag behind urban centers in supporting gender equality. Still, gender bias remains, especially among men and particularly around traditional roles in the family and politics. However, the Romanian legal framework has made progress in the last years. There are laws for equal payment, discrimination, work-life balance, and even gender violence. But too often, they are underfunded, not applied properly, or lack monitoring and evaluation processes. Despite this improvement of the legal framework, laws alone don't change reality. Without real tools to measure progress and real funding, change stays on paper. So what can we do when the national gender framework has gaps? We can use strategic documents to address the level of gender equality within our communities. In the North-West region, these documents are represented by the Development Plan, Regional Program, and Smart Specialization Strategy. But without strong implementation and coordination, their impact remains limited. But why even bother? If some are still searching for an answer, the examples of good practices across Europe might be just what we are looking for. The Debuting project provides an extensive map of projects, programs, and organizations that helped reduce prejudice and build inclusive, innovative environments. So what can we do? Based on the results of our regional analysis, we envision a 6-step approach to mainstream gender equality in your company, organization, or institution. First of all, we cannot implement new measures or policies until we assess and understand the current situation. Based on this, we can derive a series of clear objectives broken down into priority areas and actions. And of course, we need to collect and analyze sex disaggregated data to identify what we are missing in order to achieve set objectives. Often, these first 3 steps are taken without major obstacles. Instead, the real challenge appears when we talk about budgeting, collaboration, and iteration. In order to drive real change and advocate for equality, we need to put the money where our mouths are and design a budget framework for allocating resources. But that's not all. There is a need for establishing collaborative ecosystems. In other words, a top-down approach where the management imposes new policies will not be enough. And even after completing these 5 stages, the work is not done yet. The last step, and probably the one that really makes a difference, requires integration and iteration. So what does this mean? After we know where we are at, what we have and what we want to change, after we allocate resources and the entire team is working together, we need to really integrate the new policies in the working environment. We need to monitor their impact and reiterate the entire process to include the new adjustments based on previous findings. Change doesn't happen overnight, but it does begin with understanding, commitment, and action. Because gender equality is not just a checkbox in a plan. It's a path to a smarter, more inclusive, and more resilient society.